100,000 tons of sovereign American territory, projecting lethal dominance anywhere. One highly classified internal feature, revealed at the very end.
A 60,000-degree plasma arc slices the HY-100 steel, impenetrable armor. Plasma cutters use electrically ionized.
3 million pounds of hydraulic force shapes the keel dude. Structural dominance.
The 900-ton lower bow module is lowered into position. Unbreakable foundation.
One titanium-lined vault is embedded deep inside the keel tabula, heavily classified.
Automated welders fuse 20 miles of continuous hull seams. Maximum resistance. 12,000 American workers breathe life into this steel giant. Naval supremacy. High-frequency ultrasonic waves penetrate 10 inches of solid steel. 0 defects allowed.
Robotic grinders erase the seams, creating a perfect hydrodynamic shell. Maximum velocity.
Over 2,000 tons of dense lead and polyethylene line the chamber. Total containment.
The A4W reactor vessel arrives under cover of absolute darkness, highly classified.
2 A4W reactors are lowered with millimeter precision.
Massive shock mounts lock the 1,000-ton core to the keel. Combat resilience. The reactor foundations are engineered to flex and survive a 9G. The primary coolant loop is aligned to microscopic tolerances, sustained velocity. These pipes will circulate. Robotic orbital welders fuse the seams in a pure argon environment. Total structural integrity. Tungsten inert.
Every millimeter of reactor piping is X-rayed using lethal iridium isotopes. 0 margin for error.
The armored deck plate seals the reactor compartment. 25 years of limitless range.
A 90,000 psi water jet slices the 2-inch flight deck armor, impenetrable overhead protection.
50-ton steel sponsons extend the hull width to 252 feet. Massive operational footprint. The cavernous internal hangar bay is forged with fire-resistant steel bits, internal combat resilience. 800-ton flight deck modules drop into position over the hangar. Lethal launching platform.
Naval intelligence monitors 40 adversarial submarines tracking the construction schedule. Absolute stealth.
Robotic welders fuse 4.5 acres of sovereign territory Atelli. Structural dominance.
Heavy grinders erase all weld seams to a 0 mm tolerance, flawless takeoff surface. aircraft landing gear hitting
A topographic laser grid scans the 1,092-foot runway for microscopic warps. High-speed safety.
Third shift crews weld the extreme bow point under blinding halogen lights. Relentless momentum.
The massive steel runway is permanently fused into the hull. Power projection. At 3-inch thick ballistic glass seals the primary navigation bridge to it. Shatterproof command. The island superstructure begins as angular steel plates, radar deflection geometry.
The command tower is welded in vertical modules, rapid construction capability.
The iconic 72 designation is permanently welded into the armor. Psychological dominance.
We are 50% complete. Now, the 700-ton brain is dropped onto the body. Thawed. Total integration.
Continuous structural welds fuse the tower to the deck armor, unyielding rigidity.
Magnetic particle testing forces iron dust into invisible surface fractures. Verified perfection. "900 miles of fiber optic cabling connect the sensors to the weapons. Instantaneous lethality. The island's internal...
The nerve center is fully operational, dominating the flight deck below. Undisputed control.
50-ton steam accumulators are seated directly beneath the flight deck. Stored kinetic violence.
A 300-foot foot trench is carved perfectly parallel to the ship's center axis. Flawless trajectory.
The launch shuttle is the only visible component of the massive steam engine, mechanical transfer. The shuttle...
Hydrostatic testing pressurizes the cylinders to 1,500 psi to verify microscopic seal integrity. Catastrophic failure prevention.
The water brake absorbs millions of foot-pounds of energy instantly. Controlled violent deceleration.
Heavy synthetic lubricants are applied to withstand the extreme friction of a supersonic launch bow. Relentless reliability.
$200,000 gallons of epoxy primer seal the naked steel. Molecular defense. Anti-corrosive primer bonds at the molecular level.
Centrifugal shot blasters violently scar the steel runway. Permanent molecular grip. The abrasive...
The dark charcoal non-skid coating is laid down entirely by hand. Massive friction coefficient. This specialized epoxy can...
Deep inside the keel, the titanium vault is completely isolated from the ship's networks. Unhackable command. Below the waterline, toxic copper-based paint blankets the lower hull. Biological resistance. Ultrasonic gauges verify the haze gray paint is exactly 0.01 inches thick. Strict military tolerance.
White draft marks are stenciled on displacement. All right, bring it down slow. Watch your spacing. We're clear on the port side. Setting the torque wrench now. Give me the signal when ready. The armor is sealed. The colors are struck. The Titan is ready. Ready. Total domination. All right, bring it down slow. Watch your spacing. We're clear on the port side. Setting the torque wrench now. Give me the signal when ready.
Electromagnetic elevators replace cables, lifting 10,000 pounds of ordnance at 150 feet per minute. Relentless resupply.
The 21-cell rolling airframe missile launcher covers the medium-range defensive perimeter. Supersonic...
One stage remains. Watch now.
A dedicated fire control uplink connects the massive radar mast to the defensive grid phone booth. Instantaneous retaliation.
The defensive grid activates, tracking simulated targets with terrifying, inhuman speed. Absolute perimeter control.
Manufacturing complete. Now it must survive. Before any supercarrier enters active service, it must...
Teams push thousands of pounds of inert blue ordnance to test the logistics flow, battlefield rhythm. 2 stages remain. Final assembly.
Three stages remain, then lethal. $12,000 workers, 40 million man-hours, 4.5 acres of sovereign territory.
A 40,000-pound underwater charge simulates a direct torpedo strike, maximum armor resilience.
The 100,000 hull executes a 30-knot evasive maneuver.
The defensive grid is locked. The armor is sealed. The weapon is forged. Total lethality.
The carrier plunges through a Category 5 Pacific Typhoon. Unstoppable global reach.
The classified arresting engine absorbs 54,000 pounds of kinetic violence instantly. Flawless recovery.
This is the moment we promised you.
Comment your country. Does your military have this?